Well, Nobomvu arrived just after I had started the Two Oceans Aquarium Foundation. Talita, the head of our turtle program, told me that they had had this big loggerhead caught in the net.
Who knows how long she was entangled for. That net weighed the same amount as she did, 50 kilograms. And so there's a huge amount of stress, and her body really struggled with that.
And I went up to see her, and she was just so beautiful and clearly in distress, but just felt powerful and resilient even through that hugely stressful experience. And for me it was such a seminal moment to just see that suffering, but also to see that magnificence. I've always felt connected to the ocean. It's just got deeper and deeper as I spend more time in her. So for me it's very much my sacred space, but also can be deeply distressing because I swim every day and twice a day. It's not a pristine ocean.
Plastic as the #1 thing that we see in almost every single turtle that arrives in our facility, and ghost fishing net. When we look at the turtles that come into our rehab facility, these are the two biggest threats that we see.
You know, you've got this beautiful, beautiful animal. It's almost like it's flipped on its head. They shouldn't feel safe in a rehabilitation facility. They should feel safe in the ocean.
Initially, she responded really well to the treatment, but as she started to show improvement, she very quickly also started to show decline and lethargy.
And then it was like the shock of, no, she's got bone infections from the wounds from the net.
There was this sequestrum that was sort of stopping healing, so we had to do surgery to remove that. And then we all were thinking she's done well, she's recovering from that, just to discover that she's starting with an infection in the other elbow.
For me, it was just so worried about how much she was suffering. It just used to keep me up at night.
There were many times when we wanted to give up as well, where there was just this why is it not working? And Nobomvu would just keep fighting and pushing through, and that was very inspiring for us.
Because I swim so often and I swim in the same space, I realized that there's a quality of seeing. You start to notice the changes in the kelp, or a different color, or a different movement. And I think with my team who work with the turtles, it's the noticing of working with these animals the whole time. You just deepen your seeing and deepen your seeing until you can just feel empathy.
It feels very appropriate after 3 years of care for Nobomvu to be heading back into her ocean home, ready, stronger, equipped to go and have a long and adventurous life.
But it would not only be Nobomvu returning to the sea. She would be traveling with friends. After a record number of strandings, the Turtle Conservation Center had rehabilitated 27 hatchlings and 2 yearlings, all now recovered and in full health.
Well, turtles are a keystone species. I mean, they're indicative of ocean health and indicative of coral health, but I think it's more than that for me. It's you have a species that survived 3 extinction events that is so ancient, that has cultural significance in so many cultures, and that is under threat. And I hope in our new turtle center we can create sanctuary, where it's just different, where there's such empathy, such care, such sanctuary for us as humans in our future being, and the animals that we coexist with. They're storytellers that have traveled forever and that are giving us a warning and a wake-up call.